Happy Thursday, coming off a nice 2-0 sweep, and we got two more games on the slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and I am happy today because we had a nice little 2-0 mini sweep, I call it. That's not a full sweep, but two unders that were very, very easy winners. Gotta love that. Another two-game slate today as the Knicks and Pacers look to advance and knock out their opponent today. So we got some big games every single day right now. Just a quick reminder, MLB Best Bets video is going to be out after this, and we give out a ton of research help for you every day. And also, just a little bonus on a nice 15-7 run. So go check that video out when you get a chance. But I'm ready. Let's just get right into it, not beat around the bush. And that starts with a dad joke. So here we go. What did the full glass say to the half-empty glass? You look drunk. That's not bad. Come on, you got to admit, that's not bad. Okay, anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then I'm going to give you some key stats, and then give you our two best bets for the two games, and then wrap it all up with the recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below, and if you are new to the channel, hit this subscribe button as we are on our way to 24,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Talking sports with you guys every single day is incredible. I feel lucky. Let's keep it rolling, and that starts with the recap. All right, there it is. The 2-0 sweep with two easy unders. Jason Tatum under 38.5 points plus rebounds. He had 28, and part of the handicap was that it should be a blowout, and it was an absolute blowout. He did not play much in the fourth quarter, and that was beautiful. He was getting a ton of rebounds, but luckily he didn't come even close. And then James Harden, he took 6 threes and made one of them. We talked about his shooting regression that he's going to have. And I think he only really just took a couple at the very end. He didn't take a lot. He was just not a factor. I don't even think he hit 10 points today. Maybe he did. But two blowout games in the NBA as well. So anyways, 2-0 day. Of course, they were half units because that's how it goes. So you guys are going to see only minus 2.66. I've won too many half unit plays. Really, that's all it is. So the winning record, but to be down 2.5. I just got to pick and choose when I want to do half unit and a unit, I guess. But either way, that's the recap. Let's get into the key stats. All right, here are some key stats for the upcoming games. As you guys like to know, we like to talk rebound chances and potential assists. That's kind of like shot attempts for points. But Chris Middleton, last game he had 12 rebounds on 17 rebound chances, which is a pretty high conversion rate, honestly. Averaging 9.4 rebounds on 15 rebound chances per game in the series. And then Josh Hart, we know he's a rebounding monster. He only had 9 last game on 18 rebound chances, though. He's usually converting more than 50%, but averaging 12 on 20.8 this series. And then Andrew Nembhard, gave him out as a lean last game. It was a nice, easy win for points and assists. The line has gone up a couple, but he had 14 total assists and 23 potential assists in the last 2 games combined. It's picked up out of nowhere. But in the first 3 games of this series, he only had 10 dimes on 22 potential assists. So more assists and more potential assists in just the last 2 games than he had in the first 3 games combined. Just giving you some more info. Jalen Brunson, he had a low assist game for him last game and 6 assists only, but it was unlucky. He had 15 potential assists last game. He's usually going to get a lot more than 6 if he has 15. And he's averaging 8.4 on 14 this series. And then the final one, Patrick Beverley, he had 12 assists on 14 potential assists. Now, this is key because his stats are all over the place. No Lillard last game, obviously. There's probably going to be no Lillard again. He is doubtful. So in game 4 without Dame, Pat Bev only had 4 dimes on 6 potential assists. But that game 5 was the 12 dimes on 14 potential assists. Obviously, you want to make sure Dame is not playing if you are going to bet a Pat Bev prop. But anyways, just want to give you the info for the last 2 games without Damian Lillard. So those are the key stats for today. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, BetterBet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description and go check it out. So here we go. The first bet takes us out to Indiana. We got the Pacers hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. Pacers minus 8 in this game, 212.5 total. Who would have thought the Pacers would be an 8-point favorite in a closeout game against the Milwaukee Bucks? If you told me that at the beginning of the year, I think you're a little crazy. But here we are. If I had to lean aside, I honestly think the Pacers take it to them, and I like the Pacers minus 8. I know it's going to be tough to win by like double digits or more, but the Bucks just don't have a lot. So speaking of that, my player prop, give me Bobby Portis under 37.5 PRAs at minus 120 on DraftKings. So if you've been following, you know I've been using a strategy a little bit in the playoffs. fade the guy the next game or the game after, whatever, after they've had just an unbelievable game. We did it with Pascal Siakam. He had 2 lights out game, blowing away his numbers in games 1 and 2. We bet his under in game 3, and it was the easiest bet ever. We did it in Jalen Brunson just 2 days ago, as you guys know, under 35.5 points. A lot of that was because the line was so high. And he went under. And obviously, we lost because of overtime, but he went under. So we're trying to fade these guys. To me, 2 guys that had great games, Tyrese Maxey and Bobby Portis. I didn't want to take Maxey's under. I do like Bobby Portis's under, though. So let's talk about Portis a little bit. So Portis last game, he had a career game. Hats off to him. It was a great game. And even with that unreal game where he took 24 shot attempts, he still had 40 PRAs. It's not like he went over this by 10 or 15. He just went over this by a couple. And so to me, this is a sell high spot again. And I know the situation's different. He like never went over this in the regular season, but me telling you that is pointless because, he's like the number 2 or number 3 scorer right now without Damian Lillard and without Giannis. So, but with them doubtful again, even with him being one of the main guys, there's a few reasons why I like the under here. Number 1, Pacers should have a game plan for him. I mean, who else do you really have to game plan for? Let's be honest. Chris Middleton. I mean, there's just not a lot of guys. I don't think they're going to be surprised this time. They just lost an ugly game because Portis had a great game. He's one of the reasons. And so I do think Carlisle and the Pacers will have a better game plan for Bobby Portis. Second, this game is in Indiana. Let's face it, Bobby Portis is a role player. He is playing like one of the main guys because he has to due to injuries. But he's not a guy who's just some superstar who can play at home or away or anything like that. So I do like that it's on the road as well. And then last game, he had 10 rebounds, but he did it on only 15 rebound chances. So a big part of that was due to a lot of misses by the Indiana Pacers on the road. The Pacers don't miss a lot at home. They are one of the best home offenses in the NBA. I think he's going to have less than 15 rebound chances, and there's no guarantee that he converts 66.6% of them as well like he did last game. So I expect a few less rebound chances, which could be a few less rebounds, which also helps us as well. So to me, you heard it when I did Brunson and when I've done Siakam and I did my write-ups. It's just a sell high spot. That's really what it is. If you don't want to tail this, please don't. I understand again, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not here to get mad at anybody who does not tail these bets. But it's Portis under 37.5. I wouldn't be surprised if this moves down to like 35.5. I just think this line for one crazy good game, it just went up a little too much. It's inflated. Now, could Portis go over this and have another great game? Sure, of course he can. He's going to play 35 to 40 minutes. Again, we have a blowout potential. Blowout potential will only affect probably a little less of the game because it is a do or die game. They're not trying to rest him for the next game or anything. But I just think it's a high number. So I'm going to stop rambling and just tell you I like Bobby Portis under 37.5 PRAs. Also, last little note, the PRs last I looked is 34.5 PRs. He's like barely getting any assists. So I had to go PRAs because he's getting like 0, 1, 2 assists. So to have a line 3 higher than PRs, it was just too good a value to pass up. So give me Bobby Portis under 37.5 PRAs. The second game takes us out to Philly. We got the 76ers hosting the Knicks, and I just realized I'm hungry, and I've never had a true Philly cheesesteak. If you have, let me know how good they are. I don't know why I thought about it. I'm just hungry. But anyway, 76ers -3 total in this game is a 199 number. That's right. It is low. This is a tough game to predict if you're trying to bet a side or anything. It's been fun to watch a little bit lately. I want to think the 76ers come out here and force a game 7, but you never know. You just never know. This series is hard to predict, but hopefully we get a good game. And my best bet, it's a player prop. It's Jalen Brunson over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. We are not touching his points or anything this game. That's at -115 on DraftKings. Now, we cashed this bet earlier this series, if you remember that, but that line was at 10.5. So yes, the line has finally moved up 1 to 11.5, but I still like it. Mr. Brunson has gone over this line in every single game this series except the last game because, remember that number we just talked about earlier, he had 6 assists, but on 15 potential assists. If you give him 15 potential assists, he's more than likely going to get 8, 9, maybe even 10 assists on those. So in the 2 road games in Philly this series, he already had 14 and 15 RAs, and that's even with only 4 and 2 rebounds those games. So it's not like it's because he had some crazy rebounding game. And he had 13 and 10 dimes in those ones. So I expect another big assist game, and that's going to be the majority of it. Obviously, we're not counting on rebounds to get 9, 10 rebounds or anything like that, but his rebounds have gone down the last 3 games. But in the last 3 games, he's only averaging 3 rebounds per game on 8 rebound chances. That's still a little bit unlucky there. If we can get 4 rebounds out of him, then all we need is 8 dimes. I like that. And I can easily see an 8 and 4 line. And what I also like about it is he could just get 10 or 11 dimes and only need a couple rebounds. So there's different ways to get it. And with him having the chance of just playing every single freaking minute of this game, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I think as long as he has a good assist, a potential assist, his teammates can knock down shots. He gets some luck there. Like I said, he could get 8, 9, 10 assists. He's already got double digits assists in both road games. So give me Jalen Brunson over 11.5 RAs as my second best bet. And let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. Bobby Portis under 37.5 PRAs. And then Jalen Brunson over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Those are the 2 best bets for Thursday, May 2nd. Let's get more winners. Let's make it 4 in a row. Again, if I have any added plays, it will be in the pinned comments below. It will be on Discord, and it will be on X. Now, for some of you guys that are wondering where these lines come from and all that, guys, these are the lines that I see the night before, and then we record the video. Obviously, it takes a couple hours to record, edit, get it out to you guys. You guys might not even see it till you wake up. I'm not sure. Lines do move overnight. There's nothing I can say except for the Discord, which is completely free. I'm not charging people to get my picks early or anything like that. You can go on there because I release the picks right before I start recording. So they get it the soonest, and then Twitter will be the day of. So just wanted to point that out and let you guys know. Unfortunately, lines do move. For both of these, I wouldn't play Brunson over 12.5. I don't think it moves there. And Portis, if it's 36.5, I still like the under there. So that's what we got for today. Good luck. Hope everyone has a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.